Well guys, it's been 3 or 4 weeks since I've made a video, and you have my apologies for that, but life just kind of got in the way. We got super busy trying to wrap up a bunch of projects. I had to attend a tower climbing and rescue course at a company called Gravitech that's up in Poulsbo, Washington. If you're ever looking for a tower climbing class, these guys are top notch. I've went to 4 or 5 different companies over the years, and by far these guys are the best. So if you ever get a chance to go to one of their courses, I really strongly suggest you do it, or you have a need to do it. These guys are the guys to go to. Anyway, I've also been taking care of a whole bunch of other projects around the place here, trying to get caught up on a bunch of half-finished projects and stuff I just wanted to get done before we really get into summer. So I have more time this summer to go out and explore mines and do what I want to do. We got a new countertop put in one of the bathrooms and sink, and kind of overhauled that bathroom and finish up a whole bunch of trim that I'm terrible about getting projects about 90% of the way done, but the trim and that kind of stuff always seems to fall to the wayside. So I went through and finished all those trim pieces, and they're all custom made, so it took quite a bit of time. Stuff I really didn't think it was worth the time making videos about, and I didn't want to slow myself down either, trying to make the videos at the same time. So I just pushed through and got all that stuff done, took a break from the videos for 3 or 4 weeks. And this last weekend, Memorial Day weekend, we went out and finally had some fun. Took our UTV out. It's been 1 year this weekend that we've had that thing. I've got 1,000 miles on it now, as you can see here in this part of the video. We took it for about a 120-mile round trip, seeing some country that my wife's family kind of homesteaded way back when. Seen a cave that I think it would be my wife's great-great-great-grandfather had to stay a winter in. They had 6 children, if I understand the story right. They had 6 children, lost 5 of them to diphtheria, and the native tribe, in fact, Chief Joseph himself from the Nez Perce tribe, took this family and showed them where they could live for the winter in a cave that evidently he was born in, and they stayed the winter in that cave with their one remaining child. And then the descendants of that child built this barn, and we went and looked at this barn. Really interesting bunch of history. This is out of a little ways out of Enterprise, Oregon. And this barn has a lot of family history from my wife's side. And here you can see 3 generations on her side standing there at the barn. So we had a really fun time exploring that area and seeing some new country that, some of it I'd seen before because we've got repeater sites out there that I take care of. But some of the country I really just haven't seen, because unless we're going to a repeater site out there, we don't usually very often go exploring while we're out there. So this was a good opportunity to see some country that I hadn't seen. And my wife and kids got to take a jet boat ride with some of the folks we were camping with. They brought some jet boats, and they went up Hell's Canyon, and she got to see the bottom end of Hell's Canyon. Some of the area I normally work in, I usually have to go up there once or twice a year in a jet boat anyway, so I was glad to give up a seat to somebody who had not seen that area. And so they got to see some of this neat country, and it was a good experience for them, and I'm glad they got to go up on that jet boat ride. One of these days we'll try and get them up and show them the rest of the river where I normally work. I work through most of that canyon, and usually once or twice a year we have to go up in there. But it's a really neat country. It's the deepest canyon in North America. This time of the year it's all green. A little later, about a month from now, it'll turn pretty brown and stay brown for the rest of the year. It's really dry country. Even though the Snake River runs right through the middle of it, it's really dry country. Just kind of wanted to give everybody an update that we haven't went anywhere. We've just been catching up on a bunch of stuff, trying to get a lot of stuff off of our plate, so I'm free to go do more fun things this summer. So hope you enjoyed the short video. Just wanted to say hi. We're still here, and we'll see you guys on an upcoming video. We should be back on a regular schedule hopefully next week. Should be able to get back out and start doing things again and get back on our normal once a week schedule. So see you then. Have a great week, and hope you enjoyed. I almost forgot. those of you who are interested how we like this Can-Am after a year, and we just rolled over 1,000 miles this last weekend, how do we like this thing? Well, overall, we still really like it. You know, the new shine has kind of wore off, so I think I can give an honest opinion about it, which I'm going to do on an upcoming video. But overall, we really like the machine. There's a few things that I might do different. Knowing what I know now, we might have bought a different machine. I mean, we're perfectly happy with this one, but a different model Can-Am for what we do, it might have worked just a little better. But overall, no issues with it. We did have one problem with it this winter when we used it quite a bit through the winter. It started smelling antifreeze as we were running the machine. Come to find out, this is a very common problem on these Can-Am machines. There's evidently a little elbow that comes out of the top of the engine. I didn't fix it, it was under warranty, so I really can't say exactly what they fixed. But evidently the little elbow either cracks or comes loose, and they have to go in and change it, which they did under warranty. Had it back in a day, so wasn't a big deal, but that is the one issue we've had with it besides the terrible sounding brakes. So anyway, just wanted to give everybody a quick update, and I will do another video here in a couple weeks about everything about that machine that we like and dislike after a year of use and 1,000 miles on it. And I know a lot of guys out there are like, man, I got a Jeep that's got 200,000 miles on it. What are you guys talking about, 1,000 miles? 1,000 miles on one of these machines, or a four-wheeler that gets used in the mountains a lot, or like my four-wheeler, it gets used in the mountains and out on the ranch all the time. So all the work it does is hard. It's constantly beating on those rough roads. It doesn't get a smooth life going down a highway ever. It's constantly beating up those really rough roads. And the same with this Can-Am. The reason we're taking that thing is we don't want to take our pickup or Jeep or whatever up there. So we're using that to put all the hardware on that machine. And that 1,000 miles, I'd say at least half of it's been on really, really rough terrain. Absolutely no problems with anything to do with the machine and that aspect. So anyway, again, a couple weeks I'll try and do a follow-up video on all the ins and outs on that machine. I just kind of wanted to throw that in there that we've had that thing a year and 1,000 miles, still going good. See you guys on the next video.